Hello, hello, my friends. Well, I'm actually waiting on my fuel tank hold downs right here to dry. I went ahead and spray painted them because I made the rest of it look beautiful. Would you just look at that? It's glorious. It's like all blacked out. I didn't really do that on purpose, but it looks really nice. So I thought to myself, well, this would be a grand time to take 15 minutes and do a what's in the shop video. That's right. Let's begin. Let's go ahead and start at the front and work our way back. So, right behind me, 1964 Impala. It's pretty sweet. Shot collar. I don't think this has been in the shop before. It has a 1600 dual port engine in there. I'm a sucker for a buggy. For a dune buggy. It's got a little beach sand on there. They must have fun on there. The fairest of them all? Well, it's my project car, of course. My 1976 Porsche 912E. Started working on this when I was 14 or 15 years old, and here I am. Twice that. Still working on it. Project cars are no joke. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. It's the most honest thing I'll probably ever tell you. But it's coming along. Let's take a look. Was only made 1 year, and that was 1976. Now, you did have earlier in the 60s the 912, but they came back with the 912E for just 1 year. And that E stands for fuel injection. Electronic fuel injection. You already know. First generation Mustang. I'm a sucker. Everybody's a sucker. Nobody thought that the Mustang was actually going to be a classic because of how many were produced, but they could not have been any more wrong. And a little fun fact, I always like to tell people, so when they were deciding on which direction this Mustang should go, well, there's like a whole room full of Ford executives, and they're like, well, it should go, when you see when you see a horse running around, and they're mostly thinking about I thought somebody was knocking. Our door is halfway open, so there's no need to knock. So a bunch of Ford executives sitting around in a big, fancy conference room saying, oh, it should run right, because that's the direction they see, they're running around, they're running clockwise on a derby ring. Derby circle, derby ring, whatever it is. Doesn't matter. But Lee Iacocca's like, nah. All right, this is not some purebred, racehorse. This is a wild beast. And so, you'll always see him going to the left. Eee. 3 MGBs in the shop. Here we have, I think it was 72. We have 72 MGB. You see the chrome bumpers. Did I say 71 or 72? 72, I'm pretty sure. This is actually been recently purchased by my brother. It's really nice. I can't wait to make a drive video on it, I'll tell you that much. These are fun cars. Means British Roadster. Duh. Blast. Let's take a look. And would you just take a look at this 60s Jeep? We're thinking it's 67. I don't know. I could go check, but I'm too lazy. Let's take a look at it. I kind of wish it was not lifted and I could show you a little bit more, but it is lovely. Boom. Powder blue. That's a solid, decisive color when you're going for a Jeep. And look, this is kind. Somebody put this right here so you don't hurt your little head. And most importantly, so you do not run a vehicle into the back of it. We're cautious here at Shook Enterprises. Targa action right there. Yeah. I almost got sandwiched in between a 911 Targa and a Chevy Bel Air, 53 Bel Air. And all I'm saying is, if I'm gonna go, I'm okay with going that way. Is it a car? Is it a truck? It's a ute. And if you watched my prior video on this fantastic retro Ford Ranchero, then you already knew that. And you already had heard me say that really cheesy line, because I love it. And, I mean, geez Louise. This is one of those cars, those are utilities, or utes, that you look at and you're just like, God. Bring a smile to your face. And the interior is pretty darn awesome. Just so retro. Love it. I said we had 3 MGBs. And here's the second one. Somewhere after 1974 and a half, because you see rubber bumpers on there. I just love them. I think everybody does. I mean, once you get bit by the MGB bug, you just keep it there. You know what I mean? My oldest brother's first car was a butterscotch MGB. I don't remember the exact year, but it was chrome bumpers, so somewhere before 1974 and a half, you know what I mean? And so we would just fight to be able to ride to school with him, and it was epic. And right in front of me is the third MGB. Living in a piece of paradise. We have this lovely brown XKE that's been in the shop for a while, but we are on the and also this lovely silver XKE. This is the 4.2 liter, and it should be, I know my mom washed it the other day, so it should be ready to go home with its owner, and I bet its owner's ready to have it back. The Mercedes Adenauer up there, which I've already talked about that a few times, and it's actually about to get sold, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a nice little video on it since it's all cleaned up and ready for photos. So subscribe if you want to see that later. Another British Roadster. We have I think it's a 72 or a 74. I think it's a 72. Anyway, so it's a Triumph Spitfire Mark IV, so they already fixed, the early generation Spitfires had some issues with the back end being a little squirrely, and they already fixed that with the Mark IV. You saw some design changes in the grille from its predecessors, and it's all around. This car especially is really fun to drive. I actually got to make a drive video on it, so thank you to the owner for letting me do that. That was awesome. And above me, awesome 71 Mustang Convertible. It's really awesome. It really is. And the owner actually said he wouldn't mind if I made a drive video on it. So once we get it ready to rock and roll, you know I'm going to be driving it. I'm very excited about that. It's lovely. And I'm very excited about what's right here. I think this is the first time this has been in the shop. It is a 1941 Studebaker. If I got the year right, I think I did. Oh, and it has this really awesome, look at this. Happy Trails Resort. Oh, there we go. Happy Trails Resort. I'm probably getting all excited about that, and it's like modern and not old, but oh man. So cool. Sorry, I just got into it. I just got into the zone for a second. Let's take a look. This is going to be fun to like look around and check out. The 40s were a very cool, 40s, 30s, 20s were a very good time for cars and beautiful cars, that's for sure. So let's take a look. I've probably bored you for too long, but I wanted to show you what's in the shop while like I said, I have pieces drawing. And there we go. You know, I skipped a few cars, but that's okay. I'll get them next time. Now, let's say you enjoy looking at these classic cars, vintage cars. I do too. It's pretty awesome, I'm not gonna lie. Best thing that ever happened to me, being born a mechanic's daughter and having to sweep this mechanic shop in my teenage years while being grounded, and also having to wax the toolbox over here. That big one. That's a lot to wax. Did it need to be waxed? No. But anyways, I digress. Well, if you enjoy seeing these cars and you want to learn more about them, because my cup of tea is kind of talking about the history behind the automotive manufacturers, well then you should certainly press subscribe, which is probably like here or here. I know it's one of those corners. But in the meantime, bye!